Hey, what's up? It's Sametria Beckem, and Purposely Here is Dripping in Black.
Welcome to the Dripping in Black podcast, where we celebrate Black excellence throughout the Black diaspora. Our special guest host is Mr. Al Pete from the MPN Network.
Good day, good afternoon, good evening, my people. It's Mr. Al Pete with Dripping in Black. Thank you so much for hitting play. I know you subscribe, so I want to thank you in advance for the subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. I am a special guest host for Dripping in Black, so you're going to see other guest hosts from time to time, but it's still expect to see deep and dynamic conversations from us. All right. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like I stated, go to drippinginblack.com. Before we go any further, we got a couple of announcements. I have this beautiful cup here. If you can see it a little bit. Yeah. You can get that from the Dripping in Black shop, the Drip Shop, and pick up some merch. So go to DIBKDripshop.com. Again, that's DIBKDripshop.com. Get some shirts. Get some mugs. Here we go again. Yeah. Don't feel left out. This is great material right here. So yes, make sure you go there and get some drip from that. And again, I want to thank everybody for hitting play on all the episodes that we've had thus far. Shouts out to the other homie Dominic Lawson for being a special guest as well. And we are here. We are here with Miss Sametria Beckem. How you doing, ma'am?
I am doing well, Mr. Pete. How are you?
All is well. We talked prior to, and we mentioned that the days and weeks have been long. So I want to extend some grace to you, and hopefully you can get some rest. You have a lot of things going on, a lot of
I
beautiful
do.
things going on.
I
So
do.
I understand about the tiresome and sometimes weary days, but it's all for a great cause.
It is.
Indeed,
It
indeed.
is.
So let me get to the bio. Let me read the bio, and then we can get into the conversation. Sametria Beckem is author, CEO, and content creator, and she's a dedicated mother of 8 and visionary behind Purposely Here, a brand focused on inspiring faith, family, and personal growth. Currently residing in the Detroit metro area, Sametria is passionate about empowering women to live lives that are holy and acceptable to the Most High. Her teachings emphasize modesty, self respect, and the importance of setting a positive example for future generations, particularly boys and girls. As a self published author, Sametria had penned 2 impactful books: Daughter, Woman, Mother, and the latest one, Minute Meditations. So let's pause right here for that.
Mm.
Congratulations on the Minute Meditations, and
Thank you.
congratulations on being a self published author.
Thank you.
Oh, let's start right there, and then we'll talk about the books and stuff, and then we'll go back and finish the beautiful bio that you have. But
Okay.
let's talk about the Minute Meditations.
Mhm.
I did some research and watched some videos on Instagram. Please make sure y'all
Okay.
go follow her. Um, Talk about the self-published author action. What got you into being an author? And what hit you to make you think that this is one form of communication that can be received to that can be given to
Yeah.
boys and girls and women?
Right. So, like most people, many people, they already have set out and planned. Oh, I want to do this. I want to be this. I want to be that. One being, I want to write books. I want to be an author. I love writing books. Well, that's really not how I came into, writing, becoming a self-published author. My story started with my journey through life, through my early teens, through when I completed the book,
Hmm.
and I was encouraged with everything that I had been through and I had experienced that I should write a book is because you never know who that may inspire, who that may help understanding our
Hmm.
journeys and the things that we've encountered, the things that we've experienced is not an experience just for ourselves.
Hmm.
We so selfishly look at life like, this is happening to me. Why me? Why me? But these are events and things that happen in our lives that we can further inspire and help others. So
Mm.
I decided to go ahead and write that book, write the first book, Daughter, Woman, Mother. And um, me writing the book, I knew that I could do more than just having a conference, here and there. That book could go abroad. That book could go everywhere. That book could reach many homes. So that was my objective, to get that book into as many hands as possible, so that somebody that looks like me doesn't have to deal with the same things that I dealt with. I can give those, as I say in the book, the bought sense, so that I'm able to help somebody else to keep from falling into the same pits that I did. Most importantly, my girls at home, I could help them. So yeah, that's kind of how my author journey started.
Indeed, indeed. Do you see the influence that that pours into your daughters or even your kids in regards to that? Like, do you see maybe see them sparking thoughts on their own, being the fact that they're seeing their mother being self-published and just a content creator, entrepreneur?
Yeah. So I do. Um, it because what I do, it a lot of it does involve them, and it motivates them to want to do things on their own as well. Like my 14-year-old, she doesn't do it like she should, but what she sees me do and the information that she sees me pour out into other people, she had kind of started playing around with TikTok a little bit, posting those inspiring messages to the young girls. I have a 15-year-old son. Like, when we started working on my merchandise, my clothes and stuff, it kind of sparked something in him, and he started creating some stuff, and wanted to put together for him a website. So yeah, I see a lot of the things that I'm doing, it is pouring upon them, and it's inspiring them to want to kind of dip into it too, to see, where it could possibly take them. So yeah,
Really
it's
good.
definitely impressionable upon them. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed, and it's going to keep going with the fact that your son and your daughter, they've picked up these gifts, and then their
Hmm.
friends are seeing it, and it just going to bloom
Right.
right and through and through to everybody, and not just boys and girls. I'm sure adults are
Oh,
inspired as
absolutely.
well. Yeah. So to get back into the minute meditations aspect of
Mhm.
it, so just to read a little bit of it, says it's a beautifully crafted guide to help you draw closer to Yah with brief, impactful daily reflections. And this
Mhm.
is a devotional that is designed to fit seamlessly into your busy life, offering powerful insights in just a few minutes each day.
Right.
Talk about how important it is to just stop, and devotion or taking that moment, to me, doesn't necessarily mean you have to stop. You have to do it in the morning time. It could
Oh no,
be any time of the day.
it
So
can.
yeah, speak about how important that is for people to have these daily prayers and these daily
Mhm.
affirmations.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, is very important, is because we get so caught up with the busyness of life, and the busyness of, being a parent, working full time, working on your business, whatever it is that you aspire to do, whatever it is that you're doing every day,
Hmm.
we get caught up in that. And I wanted something to where it wasn't going to replace the scriptures, is because I think that should be at the forefront of your devotion, your studies every day, but it is scripturally based. And I wanted to give, the readers something to where they could take that moment, and they could take a short moment to read something that could carry them throughout their day, because they could be dealing with the stress of paying bills. They could be dealing with the stress of a wayward child. They could be dealing with the stress of money issues, marital issues, whatever the issue is. And I wanted to be able to give them something to keep them grounded throughout the day, to keep their mind stayed on something that's going to be positive, rather than focusing on whatever the negativity is because our minds is flooded with so much negativity. And sometimes if we can take that little bit of time and just set it apart and spend that time with the Most High, and study, and prayer, and meditation, in that book, you be surprised what that little bit will do as you continue, to stay in it. Because I look at it like working out. You start off working out, and you're tired, but then the more you do it, the more your body wants it, the more your body yearns for it, and it's like you feel like you can keep going and going and going because your body is just thirsting for it. And the more they continue to stay in that meditation and stay in those prayers and whatever it is that they're studying in that book, my goal is to continue to their spirits to thirst and long and want more of it. So just a little bit, that's all it takes, is a little bit, and it could just take off from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was interesting today. I was riding this morning, headed to do some to read with my frat brothers at a elementary school. And
Mhm.
I was listening to a radio show, and it was saying, be thankful that you woke up today. And it was like you have these anxieties on you, and it's like maybe it's just it could be the anxieties of work or going to work, and it's just a matter of
Right.
getting up. And I was thinking like, wow, like I didn't think about the fact of we do wake up in the morning, and sometimes we do have those moments where we want to reflect or think about what happened the day before or think about what's going to
Mm.
happen going forward, and you just think about that heavy anxiety that's in you that you probably just don't even notice that's in you.
You
But
don't.
if you can take just a couple of minutes, a few minutes, and just
Yep.
really devote yourself into like the scripture and the word, like
Right.
how that could really just change your your perspective. I know some people probably when they we call on God or whatnot or
Mhm.
whoever we call on them when things are bad, but it's like
We do.
when you're talking about like working out, it's like when you get into that regimen, you think about every day. You just thinking him, and everything could be perfect, everything could be sound and
Right.
everything, and building up that muscle to be able to just to take some devotion out
Yeah,
is very, very, very important. And
it
I need to get
is.
this book. I'm looking forward to get this book. This meditations. Definitely love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I didn't want it to be something, and even with my first book, like I said, I didn't want it to be anything long because you go to looking at those chapters when they real long and you say, man, this is a bit challenging. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this whole
You
chapter.
start picking which one makes most sense to you. You're like, all right, well,
Exactly.
or how many got less pages?
Exactly. So I didn't want that. I didn't want the chapters to be so long they became intimidating. So I just wanted to be something nice and brief. Like I said, is short, but it make you say, okay, I can do that. Yeah, I can take this and I can fit this into my life. I can do it. Sitting outside the kids' school, let me pull out this book and read it real quick. In the doctor's office, because we've been in the doctor's office in the waiting room forever. You can get that little read in. So
Right.
I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure it was short, sweet, but yet impactful.
Indeed. Indeed. So let's go back to daughter, woman, mother.
Mhm.
Um, this is I would take it that this is focused primarily on women and the relationships in regards to
It
each
is.
generation or just women in
Uh-huh.
general when it deals
Yeah.
with any type of thing.
Mhm.
And this is the first book, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's the first book.
Okay, okay. What touched your heart to jump on this first book?
Okay,
Because I
so
mean, I'm assuming this is open. This open up the gates to more books which are to come, right?
yeah, I got one sitting on my
Hey, listen,
laptop
look at
now.
that adjustment was real.
It's like, whoa, yeah, there's a third one dangling around. We ain't gonna talk about that one though, but
Okay, okay.
yeah, there's a third one dangling. I didn't been playing around with some chapters for a little bit now, but we'll get to it. But yeah, Daughter, Woman, Mother. It is the first book. So what pushed me to write that book was, like I kind of touched on not too long ago, um, just growing up as a young girl, you know, um, 80s baby, so I'm in the 90s era where, mommy's working a lot and I pretty much can do my own thing.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
wasn't an only child, but I might as well have been an only child. It's because I was the only one at home. My siblings was like years older than me. So, she's working 10, 12 hours. I can pretty much do what I want to do. Nobody's babysitting me. I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to do, but instead, I am choosing to be somewhat of a rebellious young girl, interested in boys, relationships, and, I was a mom by the time I was 18. I graduated with a newborn. He was just a month old when I graduated. I barely made it through high school, but through those years, I dealt with so many insecurities. I didn't think I was pretty as the other girls. Sometimes and this is stuff that we put on ourselves. It's not even necessarily what other people may think. But sometimes I was like, I'm not as pretty as they are. Sometimes I don't feel down enough. My hair isn't kinky enough, different stuff like that that I was putting on myself. So I was trying to be a person that I wasn't. Chopping my hair off, coloring my hair, trying to do different stuff, with myself because I wasn't happy with the inside, not knowing all the different things that I was doing. It was creating a false sense of security and confidence. So, that just led to a lot of bad choices and decisions. So late teens, early 20s, I was like, because I wasn't in a relationship at the time, my husband, boyfriend at the time, and I'm like, it's time that, straighten myself up. So I began like early 20s straightening myself up, and like, I have to learn a better way of living, better way of being a woman. I'm a mother. I'm in a stable relationship. Now comes marriage, more children, and over into like my early 30s, late 20s, early 30s. Because I best friend, I would pour everything out to him. And I was like, I wish I wouldn't have did this. I wish I could have done this better. And a lot of it was because, you know, I'm not going to say my parents were horrible. I'm not going to say that. But, there was a lot of things that I didn't learn that I should have learned from them that could have saved me from a lot of stuff. So, I was boo. This is one of my days. I was boo-hooing to him. I hate that this happened. I wish I could have did better. And he was like, oh, you should write a book. And I was like, wait, what tears? You said write a what? No, not doing those tears dried up. I was like, I'm not writing no book. And so it was just one of those situations where that seed was planted and then it just kept growing. No matter how much I was like, I'm not doing it. It was just something that wouldn't leave me alone. And I was like, you know what? If I can save somebody from the same things that I went through, if I can just tell somebody, some little girl, you're beautiful just the way that you are. You don't need that added this. You don't need that added that. Walk in your confidence. Know that the beauty is worked from the inside out. Corny, but very true. Let that beauty be worked from the inside out. Understand your self worth and value, and that it doesn't lie between your legs. You know what I'm saying? You have to have something in your heart and your mind. Know that you're worthy, because nobody else is going to treat you the way that you want to be treated without you first showing yourself that first respect. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to put that into the book, and like it's like a three-part thing, because we got daughter, woman, mother. So yeah, as the daughter, this is how you need to be. But as the mother, we have to be the representative to show our girls what it is to be a woman, to show our sons what to look for in a woman, because they often say the girls date their fathers and the sons date their moms. So if my son went out and dated someone like me and brought her home, would I be okay with that?
Mhm.
Many of us need to look at that and say, am I okay with my son dating me? Do I see qualities in this girl that I would be okay with, is because he's looking for me? So I just wanted to put that out there in that book, that, as mothers, we are the first example, regardless if we want to be or not. We have to hold ourselves to a higher standard and responsibility, is because we have these children that are looking to us, and sadly our generations are breaking down because of what they see and who's raising them.
Mm. Very profound. Everything you said was profound. The latter part for sure, because when I look at the generation now, the morals and the principles that they have, I- it's their thing. But I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm like, what is their examples? What's
Yeah.
what's you hate to question these things. What's happening in that house, or um, why there isn't like a sense of um, some type of sense of urgency or whatever, or just a sense of like, hey, this might be wrong, or I might be thinking differently, or I might be looking at my phone too much and seeing too much,
Yeah.
all of the things. So, oh man, yeah, everything that you said was dead on. So, book wise,
Uh-huh.
are you going to stay on? Are you going to go a different path in regards to that? Because you have your minute meditations, and then you have the reflection of the mother, woman,
Mhm.
daughter situation. Would it be another direction you go for the third book, or
So
or you
this
or you or I mean,
third,
you don't have to give it to us if you don't want
yeah,
to,
yeah, I
right?
got you.
Yeah.
I have you. I got you. So I don't know if this is correct, the correct way to do it or not, especially when you're trying to draw a specific audience. But me, I just go how my heart is led. I just go with what's placed on my heart. So I can say, if I do go ahead with this third book, it'll be The More You Know, the More You Grow. So that'll be the title of it. So then, I mean, the title is kind of self-explanatory. It'll be things in there that teaches you how to grow and develop and to be a better person. But I do, well, what I can say is, and I just learned this just talking now, everything that I do, it'll be with the intentions to make you better.
Hmm.
So it might not be along the lines of, the next book might not be teaching women, or it might not be some form of a devotional, but it still will be some form of self-help.
Right. Because that'd
Yeah.
be the overarch, or like the pillar for purposely here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm going to read a quote that is on your site, and let's talk about it a little bit before we get into some other magnificent things that you're doing. It says,
Okay.
"Faith originates in the heart, but its true manifestations are seen through actions."
Mhm.
Let's talk about that.
All right. So, we can say all day long a certain thing, but those actions and how you bring it forth is what's going to be the true testament to what's in your heart. I mean, if faith is in your heart, that faith will be manifested. People will be able to see it, because I can't say that I believe the Most High to pay my bills and make sure that my needs are met. But then when times are hard, I resort to fear. So that's kind of, sorry, I'm losing my voice. That's kind of where that comes from.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Hmm.
All right. So I'm going to go back to your bio and
Hmm.
read the duration of it, and we'll speak on those things. It says Sametria runs a YouTube channel that encourages women to rebuild their homes and relationships based on principles of love, respect, and modesty. Her mission
Hmm.
is to strengthen families and communities by promoting a return to values of peace and integrity. We talked about values in that regards. Through Purposely Here, Sametria offers a range of exclusive merchandise, including graphic hoodies for the whole family, 2025 graduation items, men's and women's apparel, and home decor items like wall portraits. Her business aims to inspire confidence and purpose in every aspect of life. And with a deep love for her family and strong desire to uplift others, Sametria Beckem is on a mission to help women embrace their true calling and live with purpose. So, another avenue. You have the audio. I mean, no, not audio. You have the well, technically audio. You have the author, the books, and then you
Hmm.
go to YouTube. You go to YouTube and you're talking to the community. And then while they take the words and all that stuff, they can be fly right along with it. And FYI, I saw a pair of shorts on there. I was like, I don't have to care. I might have to cop them things. Well, that little blue action. We won't wear them no time soon, but
No, it's cold.
it's too cold with that. Yes, but so let's talk about the apparel, the clothing and the decor.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
a great way of expression.
Uh-huh.
Um, keeping the words and the things that they learn from you close to the
Mhm.
to the community. How fun is that? Because I know for me, when it comes to apparel and stuff like that, I should be having all that all day, but I know that has to be another job within itself.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very fun. It's because it allows the kids and I to be creative. I I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I include my kids on a lot of stuff. I want kind of to digress just a little bit. I want to create within them the sense of togetherness because a lot of kids we've lost that sense of togetherness working together. So I want to build that up with them. So back to the conversation, I include them on a lot of the things that I do
Hmm.
is because when I say my kids are extremely talented, they are very talented. All my editing for YouTube, it's the kids. It's not me. I don't know nothing. I just set the camera up and push record. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. So they do the editing. Ideas. I give the idea to my daughter, my 14-year-old, for like merchandise, and I say, "This is what I want," and she always exceeds my expectation. So it's fun. It's because I get to work with my kids. We get to be creative together. Look, anything that I can do to bring us together as a family to work together is always my objective. So I say if nobody ever buys anything, I have spent time with my kids creating and just having fun. And, you know, it's really fulfilling, because there could be so many other things that we could be doing, but that is just it just brings me so much joy to just to be able to tap into that creativity and to do it with them.
Right, right. And I mean, and just to think about the fact that people are purchasing the clothing. I
Yeah,
mean, I looked on the site and you have like candles, you have like
I
wall
do.
art,
I
everything.
do.
So it's like
Yep,
that whole purposely here situation. I mean, it got to be a beautiful feeling, and then to
it
have your kids
is.
involved with it. That's beautiful.
Yeah, because I can say like my first book cover, my daughter, she 14, she was like 12, 11, 12 at the time. She created that. I told her, I said I wanted a woman with vines to represent the growth, and she drew it. She doesn't think it's the best looking picture, of course, because her drawing has, you know, it
Yeah.
has gotten better, but she drew that. And I was like, you can see your work on Amazon. People will have your work in their home. So it's just to hopefully inspire them to tap into their love and, you know,
Hmm.
make good with it.
Like
Hmm.
good with it. I love it. I love it. Is there anything else you're going to add into the arson about that? I see you have women's, men's, you have shoes, books, everything else. Like, is there something you're going to add in there that you think about adding?
I don't know. A lot of the stuff I really never planned for it. It just happens. And then there's another night where I'm not getting sleep. Is because my mind won't stop racing. Like, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then before I know it, it's time to get up and another day has started. So I'm not gonna say yes and I'm not gonna say no because who knows where my creativity might go
I'm about to
next.
say, yeah, you're moving with how your heart gives you the mission to move. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it's beautiful. So YouTube, you're talking to the people. You're talking to the people. I do have a
Oh
question.
yeah.
Do you do any seminars, workshops, or do you like speak publicly? Is that in your
I
repertoire?
don't, but I would love to. I I tried a few years ago reaching out to a few foster no, it wasn't not foster homes. What is it for the shelters? I
Okay.
tried reaching out to a few shelters to I think it was a teen shelter. Kind of was giving a runaround. And I just haven't revisited that, but I am very, very open to it. I tried to do something with my kids' middle school, but I guess I didn't have the right complexion for the connections. So I kind of got brushed under the rug. So I just need to find somewhere where people look like me,
Okay.
you know. And I feel I will hopefully be more accepted
Mhm.
amongst my own, but I haven't, but I would love to. I am planning something interesting with a childhood friend, her mom. And we plan on doing having like this Facebook Live conversation about, women and how things have changed. And then we're hoping, and I hope I'm not spilling any beans by talking about this right now, but we're then hoping to do some Zoom conferences with some girls she has, because she works at a college in Indiana. So, she sees a lot of stuff and she meets a lot of people and young women. So we're hoping to kind of connect through Zoom and eventually do something face to face. But in the meantime, on my own, no, I'm not. I would love to. And it kind of makes me sad sometimes that I'm not, because I feel like I have so much to pour out and I don't have an audience like I would like to.
Well, I mean, we can go back to I mean, you're doing the things. We don't have to revisit the
Yeah.
quote that you mentioned. I mean, manifestation, all of those things will come into play, and
Yeah.
you will have the opportunities to do that. But the work that you're doing, I could definitely see you in front of an audience.
Thank you.
And I do feel like, um, and I might be saying this because I'm a man, but when it comes to the woman demographic, y'all have that emotional draw,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it's like, I
Mhm.
think it's just a matter of whenever that draw pulls one person,
Mhm.
it's just gonna pull in more and more and more of those people,
Mhm.
because you have the foundations of having like a beautiful community. Like
Mhm.
it's already there. So it would be
Right.
cool to just cut on the YouTubes, and then I see you speaking to, like, 100 women out there, and
That's a blessing. I would love for that to happen. I
yeah.
really would. I would love it.
Yeah, and
I
it's
would.
and the good old saying, "What is it? Faith, without works is dead."
Rex is
So,
dead.
but like,
Mhm.
it's not the case with you, because, like I said, you have all the foundations, and you manifest. You're beyond the manifestation part. So it's just a
Yeah.
matter of getting it to those people, and YouTube is a really big, you know. Yes, you want to be in front of people,
Yeah.
but YouTube, using the Zoom route, the digital route, is just as
Mhm.
big as being in front of people. So
It is. I just feel like, with YouTube, you create a larger platform and you can reach more people at one time.
yeah.
Whereas a conference is more personal, it's more intimate. That's the word I'm looking for. It's more intimate. And you can really feel the spirits and hearts of the people, and they can tap in and they can feel. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can get that through the internet as well, through the TV and whatnot, but it's just something about that in-person connection and vibe that just changes the dynamics of everything. Because I could be watching YouTube and I could be dusting off the shelf and I could be, you know what I'm saying? But it's just something about that in person that I really want to. I feel like I can really be a mother in person, because that's me. I'm always tapping into that mother part. And I feel like I can do that easier, connect easier when that person, a lot of our girls are missing that mother father piece. And if I can
Mhm.
just, they could just feel that, that's where that emotional part comes in. And you can do things in
Absolutely,
person.
absolutely. Yeah, the in person, without a doubt, is the move.
Yeah.
Um, but just to encourage a little bit, that digital game is also good as well. And
It
like I said,
is.
you have the things to run
Mhm.
point on both ends. So
Thank you.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing
Thank you.
what's to come. I need to get these books. I definitely have some people that I can extend these books to.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the minute meditations myself, because
Okay.
I need to adopt that. So that's a good practice to have, and I think that's very
Mhm.
good. And that you're doing that. Real quick before we kind of wrap things up, and of course, if you
Mhm.
have anything that you would love to share with us, please
Yeah.
feel free to do that. But I'm going to go back to this self published author situation.
Mhm.
Can you talk about the process of that? Like, is it a matter of you just writing it and then you're like, okay, let me read it again and change, read it again, change? Do you put other eyes to it? Like, what is self published author? Is it in almost in a sense of like what an entrepreneur is? Like, is
It
it the same type
is.
of principles?
I think it is.
Okay.
It is all you.
Mm,
It's all. It's it's a lot.
I'm not laughing at you,
It's
but it is the way you kind of said you like woo child, like that type of
it
situation.
is. Yes, it's a lot. It takes a special kind of person to be able to be a self-published author, to be
Yeah.
an author, period.
Hmm.
But be a self-published author, to be the entrepreneur is because it takes patience and faith. Patience and faith, they go hand in hand because it's not like it's something that's gonna happen just like that. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of you. It takes a lot of your dedication. I mean, you really can't expect and depend on nobody to do. You have to be willing to put both feet in
Hmm.
and go. It's a lot. It's gonna feel like I can't do this. You know how many times I didn't quit? I didn't gave up to the point where I have unpublished my book.
Oh
I
wow.
have I've unpublished my book before. This was, I don't know, a year or so ago. Time flies. And I have unpublished my website at the same time, is because I said I cannot do this.
Hmm.
I leaned to fear versus faith. I said, I cannot do this. I'm tired. I'm not getting what I need. I can't do this. And so then here comes I can't remember how old she was, sassy daughter.
Hmm.
Mommy, you can't give up. You got to publish it. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm not doing it. But she just kept on, kept on, kept on, kept on nagging at me. And do you know how I don't know if she realized she got me, but she got me. She
Hmm.
went to school one day and told somebody about my book. I said, now you forced my hand to have to republish the book, because now what if they go looking for something that's not there? That makes me look really bad.
Right.
You know?
Hmm.
So it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Hmm.
It's very worth it.
Mm. And I'm sure the person that your daughter told the message to got a book. I'm sure that they
I
did.
hope they did.
Oh,
I hope so.
well,
I
we're
hope
gonna say that
so.
they did. If anything, they went and saw it and went to the site, et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera. But yeah, I understand those fears, so I understand it. But I'm glad that
Yeah,
you didn't that you republished the book, and I'm
I
glad that
did.
you republished the website because it is definitely a beautiful website and it's beautiful
Thank you.
words and all of the
Thank you.
things. Yes, and
Thank you.
you're doing great things out here. I want to remind you of that.
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate that. It's not by my own strength. I just must say that.
Good deal. Well, listen, the Dripping the Black family will definitely be following the works, and we'll make sure that we'll be supporting those things.
Thank you. Thank you.
Indeed, indeed. You about
And
to say
can I show
something?
off? Yeah, I want to show off my shirt. Look, I just look here go another one of
Go
my
for it.
daughter and I,
Dope
dope
black female
black
author.
female author. And then
Oh
I have one that
man.
says dope black male author. And then obviously this is one is for women. And then I have the one for men, and then I have a unisex one. It says, what does that shirt say? Put some respect on my writing.
Okay.
And so that is probably some of the newest shirts that I have. I haven't, this is actually my first time doing anything for authors, but everything else is, for the general population and general customers. But specifically, I wanted to do something for my authors. So I've been kind of pushing my author t-shirts. You got a chance to today be the first one to have me on the show with the new shirt.
We got the
So
exclusive
yeah,
over here. We got the exclusive over
exclusive.
here. Yeah,
I
yeah.
got the exclusive. That's right. So yep, I just wanted to show off my dope black female shirt. Yeah, just everybody just check out the website purposely here. I have tons and tons. The graphic t-shirts and hoodies are my favorite because they have so many inspiring messages. So yep, just other than that, just trying to get everything off the ground.
Indeed, indeed. Real quick,
Mhm.
I was talking to a friend a while back, and when I say a while back, a couple of days ago, and we was talking about the Black Expo. And
Mhm.
apparently, and this might be tidbit information that I might not need to give, but
Okay.
whatever. So but from my understanding, when they bring celebrities in town,
Mhm.
they try to get people that have books
Mm.
because it's the other way, it's the economical way to bring in somebody and talk about their books that they written. So in my mind, I was
Mm.
thinking like they need to market that a little bit more in regards to like the whole book market, because I'm like, I know the book market is like, I would think it's pretty big. And so I'm
Mhm.
thinking about the shirt that you have. I'm thinking about the books that you have.
Mhm.
I'm like, that this could be really good at an expo. You know what I'm saying? Like, or setting I don't know if y'all have expos in Detroit or whatnot, but or festival conferences or whatnot. But those
Yeah,
shirts and your book would definitely, I think, would hit perfectly in
I agree.
in those type of markets. I have to do a little bit more research, but if
Mhm.
I find something, I'll let you know. I'm trying to
Please.
just put some C's in and be like, because like that shirt is very dope. Like
Thank you.
I think that I know a good bit of authors,
Mhm.
and I don't think authors really have that type of like well, not even content, but like material or stuff that
Mhm.
they can really like wear to say, hey, I'm a proud, because I have like a Black
Right.
Journalist Matter shirt, and I
Okay.
wear that shirt with pride because
Okay.
I'm a journalist. Part of me
Right.
is I'm a journalist, writer, stuff like that. So like your shirt, that shirt is beautiful, and I think a lot of
Thank
people
you.
would just grab it and gravitate to it. So I don't know. I'm trying to market you a little bit.
Well, I appreciate you. I always say support comes in many forms. I
Absolutely.
love people to shop, but spreading the word goes a lot further.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cool, cool. All right, last question. Like I said, we get into this. So on the
Okay.
website, it has what does purposely here mean? Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm going to tell you what my definition of purposely here is, but I would definitely like to hear your definition.
Okay.
Um, and this is off the top. Purposely here. Um, for me, I feel like if I'm going to be purposely here, there is a reason. I can't think of an
Yeah.
adjective. There is like a defining reason for me to be in the spot that I'm in right now.
Mhm.
That's what I think about when I read purposely here.
Okay.
So please share your thoughts on what does that mean. I'm sure you have different methods. I mean, you might have a different definition daily. I don't know. You might have the same one, but I don't know. But feel free to share, please.
Yeah. So, we all have a purpose. We all have a meaning. None of us are here just because mama and daddy got together. There is a reason, there is a meaning behind all of our existence. It's just a matter of us tapping into it and knowing why. We all as a people are one big body, and we all have our separate functions.
Hmm.
And once you figure out your function, your meaning, your purpose, you contribute to the overall functioning of the body. So it's to say that I'm important. My life has meaning. The breath in my body has meaning. I am here for a reason. And while I'm here, I need to know what it is so that I can be useful in that area of my life so that I didn't just live and I didn't just die. I left an imprint because of my purpose.
Beautiful, beautiful. To my Dripping the Black family, I hope you received that message. Please remember this. Play it back as many times as possible. But that is a great message that we need to embrace on each other. That we are purposely here.
We are.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I thank you so much for taking the time to be a part of the Dripping the Black family. This story is magnificent, very inspiring. Um,
Yeah.
but before we go, have a
Mhm.
question for you. Have you been on front of a magazine before?
I have not.
Oh, I thought you was about to say I have. I'm about to say, oh, which one?
I have not. There is so much stuff that I want to do, and I have reasons why I haven't, but that's another thing that I would definitely love to do, but I have not for various reasons.
For various reasons. Okay. All right. So let's go for it. We're gonna present something. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, that looks nice. That's me.
Yes, that is
I was
that.
not expecting that. I like that. That
I
looks
like it too.
really
It's
good.
yeah. Them colors is
Oh,
those colors are popping.
I'm all
It gives
professional looking.
it gives peace for sure. Like I when I see this, it's like peace. But I love it.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love that. That
Yes.
looks really good.
So yes, we're gonna get this to you in the mail, so you'll have a hard copy of it. But this is one of many gifts from the Dripping and Black family, for being
Mhm.
a guest on the show and being part of the Dripping and Black family. And we want to say
Thank
thank you,
you.
and we truly appreciate you sharing your story and your energy and your positive moves with us today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was my pleasure. And thank you for allowing me another opportunity just to get my voice out there and get those words because I just never know who's listening
You
and
never
whose life
know.
it may change.
You
And that
never
is
know.
always my goal. Thank you so much.
Always, always.
So I would just say keep watching my social media on Facebook more so. Sametria Beckham, find me at first and last name. Also Purposely Here has a Facebook page. All Daughters of Zion, Daughters with an S, is on Instagram. TikTok, The Real Mrs. Beckham. But for sure, Facebook is going to be the first place if I'm doing anything that you will find out.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, again, I appreciate you. This is a great
Thank you.
conversation. I'll be
Thank you.
grabbing those books and grabbing those shouts, the
All
shouts for
right.
for the spring and summertime.
No show pants.
Right, right. Because it's not. I'm not wearing them now. That ain't gonna happen. So, all
I
right.
know that's right.
Yeah. All right. Hold tight, real quick. Let's close this out. But
Okay.
again, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Dripping in Black. Sametria Beckham,
Thank
CEO,
you.
author, content creator, purposely here,
Mhm.
all the things. So please make sure that you go follow her for all the clothes, the books, the motivation, just the devotion, all of the things. Please go and follow her, and we greatly
Thank you.
appreciate that. So again, make sure y'all go to drippingandblack.com, subscribe on there, and because we update it every time we drop a show, it gets added on there. And please make sure you go and get a cup or a shirt as well from the Drip Shop, Drip Shop, DIBK Shop. Oh, let me get that correct. I'm sorry. DIBKDripShop.com. That's where you grab all the goods and the stuff. And yeah, we'll see y'all on the next go round. I am Mr. Al Pete. Be good to yourselves and be good to others, and keep it black. All right, to the top.
On the next Dripping in Black podcast, we welcome multi-award winning podcaster and the founder of the Cube Network, Anna Deshawn.
That when you walk in here, you see something wrong, do something about it, right? Make it better for the people coming after you. I really do hope that the legacy that I leave through the work at E3 Radio, through the work at the Cube, is that other Black queer folks, Black queer women have a blueprint, can see a path that I took that allows them to be bold and loud with their art, with their stories for the next generation of folks.
Thanks for vibing with us. Keep the conversation going. Like, subscribe, and follow at DIBK20 on social media. Visit drippingindblack.com for all things Dripping in Black and DIBKDripShop.com for your drip and other merch. Until next time, be well and much love.
You have just experienced a Dripping in Black production.